Yo, what up, everybody? It is your boy Fitzmonk TV here, aka GLauren33. I am back here with your Dragon Ball Super manga chapter 57 review right here on the channel, guys. We are continuing with the Moro arc. Some say it's the best arc in Dragon Ball Super. I wouldn't, I'm not going to argue with you. I love Dragon Ball Super. This arc has been stupendous so far with the pacing, the story, everything. I absolutely love it. We're continuing with the Moro arc, and things are getting very heated on Earth. Moro finally decides to make his move. He finally steps foot on planet Earth for the first time and encounters the Sea Fighters. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in this chapter. As always, I want to thank DBS Hype and everybody that got the panels and summaries to us early. If you guys want to see and read the full chapter for yourself, the chapter is available on Viz Media in English around 10 a.m. this morning, depending when you guys are watching this video, alright? So basically, you guys remember where we left off last time. We saw the Sea Fighters assemble like the Avengers did in Avengers Endgame, and basically all the Sea Fighters, Gohan, Piccolo, 17, 18, Tien, Yamcha, Jackal, they're all Krillin, Master Roshi, they're all fighting against Moro's henchmen all over the Earth. As you know, Moro's henchmen, they want to, take all of Earth's treasures before Moro comes down and, has his feast in a way. So, basically, the chapter begins with a presentation of the various battles, and I really love the way they put this all out, so it's really easy to understand what's going on. Like I said, if you guys want to read the full chapter in English for yourself, just go to Viz Media or wherever you guys get your manga. You guys can read the chapter around 10 a.m. this morning when it officially releases. But basically, the chapter begins with, we see Bulma. You know how smart Bulma is. Basically, all of the other characters that we know that we know and love, they're all gathered on Kami's lookout or Dende's lookout, whatever you want to call it, the lookout. Bulma's placed a bunch of monitors in place where everyone can watch the battles and see what's going on. So we see Chi-Chi, we see Dende, we see Pilaf Gang, Mr. Popo. So everyone's gathered. Everyone that's not fighting is gathered on Kami's lookout to see what happened. We know that Goten and Trunks, they're watching over 17th Island. I wish Goten and Trunks would get in on the action, but I completely understand why. So basically, Chi-Chi, he wants to be able to see Gohan, but at first, they put Krillin on the screen, leaving Chi-Chi a little bit disappointed. But don't worry, you'll get your Gohan a little bit later. So we see Krillin going up against Yumba. He's the big polar bear character, or some people like to call him the fat version of Mickey Mouse. We see Yumba, he's going up against Krillin. And thing is, Krillin is trying to hit Yumba with Destructo Disc, but Yumba, is easily able to, get out of them, not let them hit him. He kind of turns into like a Sonic technique where he spins around super fast, deflecting the Destructo Disc. But Krillin, I absolutely love this. So Krillin uses the Destructo Disc using telekinesis. Alright, after Yumba knocks him down, Krillin uses telekinesis to use the Destructo Disc, and I love this because this shows Krillin's growth as a fighter. One thing we have with Krillin is he's not the strongest Sea Fighters, but he's one of the wisest. He has high IQ, high battle sense. He's been fighting for years. Even though he's nowhere near Goku and Vegeta's level in terms of power, he's a smart fighter. He's a strategic fighter. I loved in the Tournament of Power arc when Krillin was able to defeat Gohan in their sparring match by using the 1,000 or was it the 100 times the Solar Flare times 100 move. It shows that Krillin, he's still improving his techniques over the years, and even though he's not the strongest, he still knows techniques and he still knows how to hold his own in battles. We also saw this when Krillin was sparring with Super Saiyan Blue Goku before the Tournament of Power. So I absolutely love this here. It shows that Krillin, he's no slouch. He's a true martial artist. But so basically, Krillin uses the Destructo Disc, and as you guys can see here, he was actually able to scar Yumba's face with the Destructo Disc. So then Yumba gets a little bit angry, and he turns up his speed, and it looks like he lands some blow on Krillin, but instead Krillin uses the after image technique, as you guys can see here. He teleports behind Yumba and he defeats him with the Kamehameha wave. So I love this. I love this. So Yumba's defeated, and Krillin, leaves Yumba to the rest of the Galactic Patrollers, to apprehend, so they can bring him back to the Galactic Prison when this is all over. So then Krillin hears screaming in the distance, and this is the girls are yelling, "But where are you going, you dirty old pervert?" So this is definitely, we all know this is Master Roshi. It makes perfect sense. And basically Master Roshi is going up against these three girls. This girl right here, I don't know their names. I think their names are over here, but this girl, she reminds me a lot of Android 21 from Dragon Ball FighterZ. So I'm wondering if that's where where Toriyama and Toritaro got the inspiration for this character. So Krillin goes over to Master Roshi to try to give him some support, and we can see the reason why Roshi's struggling is he has feelings of going through his mind. We know that Master Roshi, he's a pervert. He loves beautiful women, and it's causing him to be distracted and not able to focus 100% on the fight. And we see here Krillin says if you use that technique you used against Jiren in the Tournament of Power, you can easily defeat them. Remember Roshi was able to dodge some of Jiren's attacks, even though Jiren was leagues above him. And it was kind of like his own form of Ultra Instinct in a way, but not nearly Ultra Instinct. So basically, the reason why Master Roshi can't use that technique is because he's having the feelings, those perverted feelings come in his head, and he can't, calm his mind and his spirit to focus on the battle. So basically what happens is Master Roshi, he puts on like a blindfold or a cloth, basically a blindfold to keep himself by looking at the girls, and then he's able to calm his heart, and he's able to focus more on the battle with the girls, which I absolutely love here. So you can definitely see Master Roshi is able to take the fight more seriously now that he has the cloth, and he's able to easily overwhelm the three girls. So basically, the girls then are wondering, oh, why can't we defeat him? He was nothing to us a couple of minutes ago, and they don't realize that Master Roshi, now that he's not acting like a pervert, now that he's able to focus, he's easily overwhelming the three. So then basically what the three women do is they combine into like Ribrianne. They do what, remember what Ribrianne did in the Tournament of Power when she combined herself into the fat version, the Teletubby version. Basically she does that same thing here. All the three women fuse together, and they turn into this super fat character, and man is she ugly. Oh my gosh, like these three girls right here, they're not that ugly at all. I really, and the thing is, they're not even fat. You know what I mean? They're decent looking anime, female characters. I wonder how them fusing turn into that, But then Master Roshi decides to take off the cloth because he's like, oh, there's no need for me to put this on anymore. You're nowhere near pretty. But then we can see them combining raises their power level significantly, and she starts overwhelming Roshi and Krillin. On Tien's side of things, we see that Tien and Chatsu, they're going up against what's his name? This robot character. I'm forgetting his name. It's not saying it here. But the thing about it is, this robot character, he's very similar to Magetta from Universe 6. Remember, Vegeta defeated Magetta in both the Universe 6, Universe 7 tournament, and he defeated Magetta in the Tournament of Power by using insults, because, even though these metal men are strong, and, their bodies are super hard because they're made of, some of the hardest elements in the galaxy, their weakness is insults. They have weak cores, so basically saying insults to them can easily allow someone to get the advantage over them. So basically Tien and Chatsu, they fire insults at this character, and basically that's how they're able to weaken him and able to get the victory over them. And then there's a funny scene where Tien and Chatsu are commenting about each other, and they're saying, oh, you're not you're not good at saying insults, and Tien says the same thing to Chatsu as well. So moving on now, we're back to Gohan, Piccolo, 17 and 18. They're going up against 73. And 17 and 18 are doing pretty well. They're taking care of everything. And then Moro finally steps foot on the Earth for the first time. And this is our Sea Fighters. This is their first time ever encountering against Moro. Or this is the first time they've ever seen Moro. And Piccolo and Gohan comment of how terrifying his power is. So basically what happens here is Moro goes up to 73, who is basically on the verge of dying, and Moro's like, oh, you disappoint me. You were not supposed to use my power until you actually needed it. But Moro says, I still have use for you. Go back to the ship and heal yourself, and then come back out once you're healed. So definitely it looks like 73, he's going to be reappearing in this arc a little bit later on. Definitely I think 73 could be one of the X factors. I think there's a chance we may even see 73 betray Moro, near the end. Because definitely this is a vicious scene. We've seen Moro do some deadly things in this arc. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, and then we see Moro and Shingabo, I think that's his name, Shingabo, whatever his name is. He's basically the second strongest in Moro's army. He's second to Moro. He's nowhere near Moro's power, but he gets really powerful in a sec. So basically, what Moro does, Moro's so strong. This is crazy. Moro is so strong because Moro's like, I don't want to waste my time with the Sea Fighters. Moro's so strong that he's able to give his energy to other people and make them super powerful. So Shingabo, before he gets powered up by Moro, Gohan and Piccolo would probably be able to defeat Shingabo rather easily if they all teamed up. But then Moro gives Shingabo his power. And then there's a funny thing here. Gohan's like, oh, my father and Vegeta, they'll be back on Earth, and they'll have either a new power or some kind of technique to defeat you. Until then, our job is to protect the Earth. I thought there was a chance we could get Gohan versus Moro here, but that's not the case, unfortunately. So then, Moro's like, oh, why? I'm in a good mood. You're lucky. I'm not going to rush things. I want Goku and Vegeta to come so I can defeat them. I want to take my time with all this. Because he says, I don't get to see planets like this often. Because most of the planets that Moro absorbs or eats, he eats, their powers are not really, I'm getting my words mixed up. They're planets that are not super powerful. He says Earth has a high amount of energy. So and Moro actually says, I want to find a way to cook the Earth, which is actually kind of freaky, kind of scary in a way. He wants to cook the Earth, in a way. So he really wants to take his time and really enjoy eating the Earth up, which is going to be very interesting, man. Very interesting. I'm loving this arc, So then Moro, Moro gives Shingabo this power up, some of his energy to power him up, and he becomes super buff. So buff that he's able to break out of his clothes, and he gets veins and he looks very freaky. So basically what happens is Shingabo goes up against all of the Sea Fighters. And basically, the panel's not here, but there's a panel where basically we see Shingabo going 5-on-1 with the Sea Fighters. Gohan, Piccolo, 17, 18, and Jackal, they're all trying to bring Shingabo down to his knees, and they're having no success. No success. So you could definitely see that's freaky how strong Moro is. Moro was able to give Shingabo some of his power, and he's able to, use that power to, bring all the Sea Fighters down. So now we saw last chapter and the beginning of this chapter, we saw the Sea Fighters having success against Moro's henchmen. Now they're having no success at all. They're all getting their ass kicks, and they're getting brought down one by one by one. So then basically at that, as the Sea Fighters are now struggling, Shingabo easily is able to pin down 17, 18, Piccolo, and Gohan. We see Krillin struggling as well, and then we also pan over the Goku. We don't see no Vegeta in this chapter, but we pan over the Goku. Goku's still flying in his spaceship, and he's trying to get close to the Earth where he can sense the other keys. And then we see Krillin. Krillin jumps on the mountain, and this is very similar to what they did in Resurrection F. You guys remember Resurrection F? Gohan and the others, raised their power to the limit, so Goku was able to sense them, so him and Vegeta could instant transmission themselves to planet Earth. They do the same thing here, all right? Or Krillin does. Krillin gets on the mountain, and he powers himself up so that he'd try to let Goku know where they are, so Goku could instant transmit down there, because the Sea Fighters are now in trouble. We also see, Yamcha and Tien going up against Moro's henchmen as they're struggling. All the Sea Fighters are struggling now. So Goku finally is able to get a sense of Krillin's energy, but then he also notices that everyone on the planet, their energy is going down slowly and slowly as Moro's henchmen are overwhelming Gohan and the others. Goku uses instant transmission, so basically, Jacko's spaceship or Mira's spaceship, whatever, gets lost in space now. But Goku instant transmits to where Krillin is, and as you guys can see here, the chapter ends with Goku finally arriving back on Earth. And then we see Goku. I love this. This is a badass entrance here. And then Goku, as Krillin is so happy to see his best friend, Krillin says, "Goku, you're here." And Goku's like, "Sorry, Krillin. I'm always making you wait." All right, and that's how the chapter ends. So the chapter ends with Goku finally making it to planet Earth. I love this. I love this, man. So finally, we're gonna see Goku in action, and we're gonna see if Goku's trading with, Mira's paid off. There's no sign of Vegeta in this chapter. All right, so it seems like Vegeta is still learning that technique to try to bring Moro down. So for Vegeta fans, this could be great. You guys Vegeta may finally get his big moment and be able to defeat, Moro. We'll have to wait and see. We still don't know how this story is going to end. We'll have to also see if Goku was able to, master Ultra Instinct. So if I'm going to give you guys my prediction, I love the pacing of this arc. I love everything about it. I don't think we're going to see Goku versus Moro. At least not, unless it's at the end of the next chapter, I don't see we're going to see it right off the bat. What I think we're going to see is, I think we're going to see Goku take out most of Moro's henchmen pretty easy, because we have not seen Goku fight in this chapter. We've barely seen Goku in this arc, we've barely seen Goku in action. Remember at the beginning of the arc, it was Vegeta versus Moro, and then, by the time Goku was about to go up against Moro, we saw that Goku wasn't able to get a chance to fight, because by then Moro had already drained Goku's energy. So we've barely seen Goku fight. We've seen him train, we've seen a couple of things, but he really hasn't fought. But I think next chapter, that's when we're going to see Goku in action. I think we're going to see Goku take out most of Moro's henchmen, and then near the end of the chapter, we may finally get Goku versus Moro. And I also think Vegeta will finally appear on planet Earth as well. It's going to be interesting, because Vegeta doesn't have instant transmission yet. You remember Vegeta said that he wasn't interested in instant transmission, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But either way, I am excited. I'm loving this arc. I hope you guys are as well. Thank you guys, DBS Hype, and everybody that was able to get us the panels and the links and the summaries and all that. Definitely. If you guys haven't yet, go make sure to check out the chapter on Viz Media once you guys seen this video. As always, guys, if you guys want to continue supporting me, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll continue to give you guys these videos each and every single week. Thank you guys for the love and support once again. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, guys. Make sure to subscribe if you guys are new to this channel by clicking the bell next to my name, Fitzmonk TV, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. Have a great night, guys. Peace.